U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton says Washington is considering Libya's model of denuclearization during talks with North Korea. Now that means Pyongyang needs to dismantle all of its nuclear weapons before the U.S. makes any concessions. But there are much doubts on whether such an approach is even possible. Our EG1 tells us more.
Washington is considering using Libya's model of denuclearization as a benchmark during its negotiations with North Korea over the North's nuclear program. That's according to White House National Security Advisor John Bolton, who told Fox News on Sunday that the North has to give up all of its nuclear weapons before the U.S. gives the regime anything in return.
We have very much in mind the Libya model from 2003, 2004. There are obviously differences. The Libyan program was much smaller, but that was basically the agreement that we made. And so we'll want to test North Korea in this first meeting for evidence that they have made that strategic decision.
He added that the North Koreans had already agreed to give up all aspects of the nuclear program in their promise with the South in 1992, but didn't follow through on that agreement. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also mentioned the same conditions in an interview with ABC News on Saturday. He said the objective remains the same, complete, verifiable, irreversible denuclearization, and added that he saw a real opportunity to achieve this during his visit to the North last month. But an official from South Korea's top office had said in March that North Korea's denuclearization cannot be done in the same way as Libya's, as Pyongyang's program is much more developed, and it isn't as easy as simply plugging out a TV cable. Many experts also say that what Pyongyang and Washington want from each other cannot be done all at once.
Security guarantees for North Korea is not something the Trump administration can promise, but it is in the hands of the Congress. Building a U.S. embassy in the North and normalizing ties all need steps, and it'll not be easy, as the Democrats want not just denuclearization, but an improvement in human rights issues within the North as well.
The expert also added, with policies always changing along with different administrations, the North would want their complete, verifiable, irreversible guarantee to be legally binding within the U.S. 이지원, 아리랑 뉴스.